Okie dokes, let's go. Cool, alright. Painting. Painting. That is what we are here for today. More paints. More paints. Right, okay. What is it? Imperial blue and night blue. I'm pretty sure that's night blue. A nice little colour scheme going on. Very good. Probably not going to need these greens this time, but it's always good to have them just in case. And do I only have the two? I do indeed. Okay, I don't think we need any of these other ones. Not yet, at least. And I've just realised as well, actually, I started doing the blue on these shoulder pads, and I don't even need to do that. Because the shoulder pads are actually grey. What a dummy. What a big dummy I am. Okay, what am I doing? Here we go. Alright. That's a bit bright. That's better. Right, unfortunately, I can't really fix this anymore. Not without breaking everything, apparently. Right, that's as good as it's going to get. So we just have to do some changes. Yeah, we'll change that white balance, but we'll remove that and that, and we'll see if that has any effect. Probably not. Let's see. If I was holding this guy, that looks fucking cel-shaded and shitty. That's just not good. Man, why is it so difficult? Boo. Shit. Okay. That kind of works. Right, let's change that exposure to automatic. How's about this? Okay. Yeah, fuck it. Alright. That'll have to do. Right, we'll keep this up for now, though. Just in case. Okay. Alright, let's get to it. Cool. Alright. Okay, so we need to finish this guy first. That's what we really need to do. Okay, right. I'm trying not to get too worked up over whether or not I'm staying in the lines or anything. Well, why call my lines? My arbitrary self-imposed areas.
Where's the lamb sauce?
Oh, hello. Welcome, Raiders. Jose Da Vinci. Hello, hello. How are you? You've caught me just as my stream has basically come online, so things are a little bit quiet at the moment, but welcome. I am Pure Ben. It's so good to see you here. Hello, hello. A Soroka, good night. L Insane Buffoon, love your name. Hi there, nice to meet you. Mr. Ripper TV, lots of stars. Fabici, hello there. Siniza's no more quiet. Yes, that's true. Hello from Spain. Hello, Pablo L. Marx. You have the same name as my cat. Hello, hello. Wild Zierso, hello, amigo. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, everybody. Jose Da Vinci, hello, mate. Hello, hello, welcome. I'm so happy to have you here as part of this raid. It's wonderful. Thank you. Thank you for raiding me. I really appreciate it. I'm Ben. I'm from the UK. I love Warhammer. This isn't the only thing that I do. This is, just one of many things that I do over here. But hello, welcome. Welcome, welcome. It's so lovely to see you all. I hope wherever you are in the world is fantastic and chill and super cool. You love the UK accent. Oh, wonderful. I hope that you enjoy mine. Please, make yourselves comfortable if you want to. I've only just started. I'll be here until 10:30, 11 o'clock my time. So hello, hello. Thank you so much as well for the follows. I really appreciate it. It's so wonderful just to see you all here. It truly is. Sorry, I'm going to butcher this. Factoria Marciana? Hi, dude. Hello. Hello. Welcome. This is a very, very special Pure Ben welcome from me. Like I said, I've only been online for about... It's a really clean water pot. I try and change it every time. Show us my paintings. Well, this is the one that I'm working on at the moment. Oops. If you just give me a second. Oh, God. Sorry, I'm quite disorganized as well, usually. So this isn't anything special at the moment. I'm just painting some Warhammer. Just here. Yeah, sorry, my lighting's a little bit poor as well at the moment. But I've just been doing some little bit of a base coating. But what I can do is grab you some of the stuff that I have been working on. Sharface, I've been raided. So yeah, that's pretty cool. But give me a second. I enjoy painting Warhammer, but I will go and get some of the things that I have painted, and that's hopefully what I'm going to be working on. So this is my Chaos Sorcerer that I painted, that I'm very happy with actually. So just a little bit of a thing. So I used to collect Warhammer back when I was a teenager, and I kind of spent a long time just away from the hobby, and now ever since COVID. I decided to get back into it as well because it's very relaxing and very good for my mental health. So I've been just repainting all the models that I used to have. So you can see here I've been working on like edge highlighting and OSL, and just trying my best, trying new things. I've got this this little sword doodad that I've been working on as well. So I was trying out different types of glazing and stuff. This was kind of an accident. The lighting's not great, but it's kind of purple on the edges and then blue in the middle. Oh, thank you, thank you. Well, I'm trying new techniques. I've still got a long way to go, I think. This is my latest one. That I'm very happy with this guy as well. He's very clean at the moment, maybe a little bit too clean. But yeah, just trying out different things and seeing where it takes me. Oh, thank you. I'm glad. That was kind of the look that I was going for. This is my okay. Thank you, Factorio. Thank you as well for the follow. Really appreciate it. This is my Chaos Lord. These are all very. I'm not so sure about the colors on this one on the face, but the rest of him I'm very happy with at the moment. Although unfortunately he fell apart. You're having dinner? See me again. Thank you. I hope you really enjoy dinner, whatever it is that you're having. But thank you. Thank you for the follows, guys. I really appreciate it. I was aiming to try and get 170 followers, and with your help, I'm getting there 12 days early. It's fantastic. Thank you. But yeah, no. So these are my characters that I'm working on at the moment. So I'm not sure these guys here that I'm working on right now, because these are all out of print models, just old ones basically. They're not going to be the same quality, I don't think, which is fine. That's okay. But we'll see how it goes, really. So this is my second stream of the week, and then I have one more stream over the weekend. Hopefully, I will have some of these guys done by then. But I'm a very slow painter. Very slow. Ice Ages actually happen faster than I create, finished models. So, I guess we'll see how that goes. But thank you so much. I really appreciate all of you for being here. Whether or not you stay or if you've got better things to do with your night, that's totally fine. You can do that. And thank you as well, Jose Da Vinci, for the follows, for the raid, all of that stuff. I've definitely followed you back. If I see you online and I'm ready to raid out, absolutely, I'll be checking you out. But yeah, thank you so much. Please, if you want to make yourself comfortable and you want to chat, let me know whereabouts you're from, like what it is that you get up to. I love, just hearing cool stories and meeting cool people. I love the Twitch community. It's fantastic. And, it'd just be really, really good to get to know you all. I think I would love to hear that. Tell me as well, do you enjoy art? Do you enjoy Warhammer? Are you big fans of Games Workshop? Do you collect other models and other sort of designs? Are you just here for games? Are you just here to relax? I'd love to hear it all. I really would. But you're all fantastic and wonderful people, so thank you so much for the follows. I really appreciate those. A lot of people usually come on Twitch, I think, to get the subscriptions or to get bits or something like that, or basically just to make money. And I don't really see my personal journey as doing something like that. I just really enjoy kind of just being here, really, and maybe helping each other relax as well and get to know people from around the world. And if I get to entertain people as well, so much the better. Okay, although my lighting is not good. Oh, so unprofessional. That's blue. That's more yellowish. That's okay, actually. But I'm trying to do daylight, I think. I think that'd be good. But yes, thank you so much. And thank you as well to all the lurkers who may be hanging out with us too. Twitch exists basically due to lurkers. So, thank you so much. I definitely, Sharface, if you're there, remind me. Sharface is one of my mods. We need to raid out. We need to continue this trend. This is awesome. This is so cool. I'm not sure whether or not I want to continue with this guy. I think also as well, backseat painting. If you love painting and you want to kind of give me some critiques or something like that, totally fine. You can do that. That's okay. I like that. It's all about kind of encouraging people to do better and be better, I think. But if that's what you like to do, then that's what you like to do. And that's totally okay. You know, I think we might be there with this guy. Don't have much better to do. I think in terms of what I can really do with him, he's ready for his next coat. He's ready for his greys on his shoulder pads. And his trim as well. We do silver trim. El Insane Buffoon from Argentina. A friend of yours rated Jose Da Vinci's stream. And then you did it now. That's wonderful. Thank you, the Sprue Recruit. Thank you. Welcome to the channel. Please, let us know what you're all about, what you enjoy. Apart from sprues, I presume. And, make yourself comfortable as well. Please let us know if you collect anything or anything like that. Love to hear it. So, then you did it now. You're organising your room. You've got a lot of clay, paint, resins and stuff that needed to order. You're a small collector. And at the moment, you're building some pre-painted plastic model kits. Yeah, I figured paint. Yeah, I have a lot of pain. Yeah. Every time I see my backlog, I'm just like, it hurts deeply. But no, that's cool, man. That's cool. I like that. Oh, it's wonderful to see you here. Really pre-painted plastic model kits. Are they anything in particular, or are they like a generic kind of sorts of things, or you really don't know how to paint, almost never tried? No? Well, I mean, it's a learning curve. If you saw some of my early ones, you would think that they were done by like a monkey. I'm only a modest painter, I think now, so these ones that I've done so far. My Chaos Lord was the only one that I genuinely did on my own. All the other ones I painted on stream. My Apothecary I'm most happy with, but I had a lot of help from people. Just kind of like giving me hints and tips and stuff. During my work, I spend a lot of time in hotels. So I bring my models with me and, do a little bit of painting here and there. So it's nice. Sometimes, I like to joke that when I'm at home, I don't paint. The only way that I can actually like guarantee that I do any painting is if I lock myself in a room somewhere and just kind of force it. So I am actually, next week, I'm going to Scotland for 2 nights. So I'll be taking my paint and just some of this and just trying to like plug away at it. I hope so. But, yeah. Have the England people the same love-hate relationship with GW as in Spain? If by love-hate relationship you mean a burning desire to see it all burn to the ground, and then basically, still buy it anyway, then yes. Yeah, I try and buy all my Games Workshop stuff from Wayland Games, which is a third-party retailer. They usually do a 20% discount on everything. But the recent price changes that have happened from GW, man. I mean, I'm not happy about it because I've only just got back into it, and it feels like they're trying to nickel and dime me. Because I still remember, like, I started collecting this when I was 10. That was over 20 years ago. And then I stopped for a while, and then like the prices just kept on rising and rising. So I was like, I can't afford to get back into this. And then with COVID, like I felt, I wasn't really doing anything else, so why not get back into it? And then the prices have just continued to rise again, so I'm completely screwed, I think. But yeah, I would say we probably have the same love-hate relationship. If you go on Reddit, you can see it. If you go anywhere, really, you can see it. Their mech is from an anime series. Oh, that's cool. Is it like, I don't know. Well, I don't like to kind of like pretend like I know much anime. But I'm assuming it's possibly something similar to Gundam, I would say, or something like that. Which are cool, because I've seen similar things. I know it's possibly not the same thing. But, they sound really interesting, and they definitely look challenging to paint. Not to paint, sorry, to build. I'm sure painting it is just as challenging, if not more so. So Fabici, I hope I'm saying that right. You're from Guatemala. Wow, that's cool. It's a small country in Central America. I'm familiar with it. You live now in Spain and you paint minis since 2020. You wanted to go to GW in May for the Warhammer Underworld's Grand Clash. Oh, that's cool. So I'm guessing you paint Warhammer Underworlds. Is that Age of Sigmar? I think, or am I completely wrong? Because I pretty much exclusively play 40k now. I do have some old hammer, some old Warhammer. Empire and Ogre Kingdoms, but they're from Warhammer 5th edition, which is a long time ago. Age of Sigmar, yes, I thought so. Sorry, I'm trying to kind of focus. Yeah, kind of like warbands, I think. Let's see, the Sprue Recruit, Flesh Eater Courts and Thousand Sons are the armies you're currently working on. That's cool. One of my friends from work, I was part of the group that managed to convince... Why am I doing that? It's supposed to be grey. Sorry, it's because I've got all you people where I'm not used to having like this many viewers, so I'm like not really focusing on these anymore. It's great. Wonderful painting stream. Yeah, I'm basically just talking and then just like brandishing models. Yeah, one of my work colleagues, he's now taking the dip into Warhammer 40k and decided to go with Thousand Sons. So that's awesome. He's just recently gotten his first 10 Rubric Marines and spent a lot of money on like different paints and everything like that. He's properly immersing himself into the lore now. It's really nice to see. Really cool. You really love to paint them and not just apply the decal stickers. It's like Gundam. Yeah, cool. Yeah, I mean, you know, the first step is kind of the biggest step, I think, because there's a lot of... I guess it's kind of like taking a dive at a swimming pool, you know, it's the first step is always the most difficult, but once you do it, you probably realize how fun it is. You know, but it's all about like finding the time. What I like to say to people is that, you know, the first time that you paint something is likely not going to be as good as you expect, but it's as good as it needs to be to start with. You know, there's lots of stuff that you can do to make things better. In my opinion, like this one that I'm doing now is probably going to be a lot better than some of the ones that I did when I first started painting. So, you know, it's all you need is some cheap brushes, a couple of paints, and then you're good to go. I think so. You know, maybe start with a small anime mech suit and just some basic paints. Play around with it, see what you can do. Don't make it too expensive. Just see whether or not you like it, and then go from there, I would say. It's probably the main thing. Sorry if this light's a little bit too stark, by the way. I'm aware that there's a lot of shadow, but my painting setup isn't great, unfortunately. And I only have so much room. So I will try my best to make this look nice for you, but it's okay. Age of Sigmar small scale game. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, you're in the same game. You returned to the hobby because of COVID. Now you're an adult and you have some money to buy expensive little toys. Yeah, the magic of disposable income is wonderful, isn't it? I love the fact that I complain about not having any money when I've got, like, you know, I bought 2 servo skulls, little skull drones on eBay. I'm not going to say how much because my girlfriend's watching this right now. But then again, it is my money, so, you know, I suppose whatever. But I can do without the judgment. But yeah, that's where it's yeah, that's where it goes. Not good. But you know, I also try and be very self-disciplined as well. So I buy, like, you know, certain small models, and then I'm like, right, that's it now. I'm not going to buy any more until I've painted all of these. And then I happen to just be on eBay, and I'm like, I wonder. And then I see more bits. And then I'm on Games Workshop. I'm just like, I could do with some Chaos Terminators. Yeah. Or I'm on Forge World, and I'm just like, I could do with something like that. That would be really cool. It's terrible idea. Don't do it to yourself. So long as he likes painting gold trim for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours. So he actually was very clever. He got some Chaos Black spray paint and some Retributor Gold spray paint as well. So I think what he's going to do is he's going to spray paint them gold, and then he's going to paint blue on top, which I thought was a good idea. But 2 of my long-term viewers, they collect Tau and Orcs and Death Guard, and they said painting matte colors or gloss colors on top of metallic is not easy. It's not a good idea. I suppose it depends. To be fair, he might tune in later. If you're still around, like, do you have a Sprue Recruit? Do you have a specific kind of like cheat sheet for how you paint Thousand Sons? Because any information that you can give, because I don't paint them. I do want to get some eventually, because you know, I can have cult recruits in my army. You know, what would you recommend? Would you recommend blue then paint the gold, or vice versa? Because I'm not really sure. I feel like I know what I would do, because I don't try and speed paint these to like actually get them on the tabletop. I like to paint them, and then if I can play a game, you know, that's incidental. Let's see, Rakius, I returned to Age of Sigmar, and 1 month later you're in with Imperium. They have tons of plastic. You're not capable of paint. Yeah, you will never paint it. Is that Imperium magazine? Because one of my colleagues, he's got that. I got an issue of Imperium magazine because I liked the battle servitor. Thought that was really cool, and I thought, you know what, I could do something with this. You know, maybe make like an obliterator or something like that. But I knew for a fact as well, it's very good. It's good value for money, at least in the UK. Compared to other things by Games Workshop, I won't say it's great. It's still quite expensive, I say, for what it is. But it's a really good way to encourage people into the hobby. I thought that was really cool. You know, and to be fair as well, some people just like to build. I really like to build. I love building. Painting, I find a bit onerous. Here too, you think is a bit cheaper in Spain. Potentially, I mean, it really depends on the exchange rate, I think. But I know euros and pounds aren't too close, aren't too different now. Like dissimilar. I think it's like a rate of €1.12 for every pound, which is pretty good for you guys, I'd say. Not great for in the UK, but you know, it is what it is. But I think it's £8.99 in the UK. A good audiobook and patience. You don't like basing in gold, it makes the blue. You paint yours more of an azure color, difficult, and the gold is not quite the gold that you want it to be, if that makes sense. It does. It does. Do you look for like more of a like a darker gold? Because I know one of my friends, he dry brushes his gold with a little bit of silver to make it stand out. Whereas with me, with these guys, I do my base silver. Because I don't use a lot of Citadel colours. I use Vallejo, which I really like because it's slightly more watery. But I base in lead belcher, and then I have chainmail silver, and I have regular silver as well. I don't know which ones. Yeah. So then I do a dry brush with the chainmail. Actually, no, wait. No, I don't. Sorry. No, I don't. I do chainmail silver, and then I edge highlight it with the lighter silver. That's what I do. So again, like, you know, it really depends, but gold is always a little bit tricky. I quite like the way that gold kind of like goes a bit flat, I think. Like with this guy, because it's just like one color. This guy looks like he's a celestial lion, sort of. Actually, no, he doesn't, because they have blue helmets, but it's similar. But yeah, that's what I do. But you know, I suppose, yeah, like you say, it depends. It really does depend. 9.90 in Spain. That's I'd say that's probably equivalent, actually. Maybe slightly cheaper, relatively speaking. But at the very least, even though I don't get Imperium, but I do really appreciate that it's quite cheap. You know, the more people that get into the hobby, the better it is for everybody, I'd say. As much as I like to, you know, as much as everybody else, I like to meme on Games Workshop. You know, it's not good enough that they make a lot of money, they must make all the money. But it's always really lovely as well to see people from different countries like enjoying the same thing that I do. It's a nice reminder that, you know, at the end of the day, we all love tiny little plastic men. It's always really cool. We can always bond over this sort of stuff, which is nice. Is anybody painting at the moment? Or are we all just relaxing and, you know, spending our time doing whatever? Lots of new faces here. What happened? I got raided, Sam. And I was actually telling people about your Orcs and Death Guard as well. But yeah, no, I got raided by the wonderful Jose Da Vinci. Very cool, very swag. Yeah, you know, now we're all discussing Warhammer. It's really cool. Oh, as well, in case any of you guys are curious, I don't just do Warhammer. If you didn't hear before or anything, so I'm a bit of a variety streamer. I love streaming painting. I don't often do it because I have to get everything out and kind of like prepare it all and do all of that stuff. So we do play a lot of games as well, more games than painting, but we try it. You subbed to Jose Da Vinci on YouTube. He's amazing. Shit, really? This is where everyone discovers I live under a rock. It was very cool. Very cool of Jose. Let's have a look. And yeah, I really appreciate it as well. Wow, would you look at that? Lots of Warhammer streams. I'll have to check out the VOD actually to see what's up. But yeah, no, look at that. Isn't that? You know, it's just lovely. It really is. It's wonderful. But yeah, no. Just really appreciate you all. Really do. So I think you know, we should all just settle down, relax, get our painting on. Kind of just share little war stories. Does everybody game? Because Da Vinci is a huge painter. Yeah, no, honestly, like, for somebody that enjoys doing Warhammer stuff, I very rarely actually see other creators. So there's one that I do follow that has helped me out quite a lot, and that's Hobby Time at Healy's, who's you know, very, very positive and good, and you know, has raided me once or twice as well, which has always been really appreciated. But outside of that, outside of people that I generally seem to like know relatively well, I don't often watch them. And I probably should, because I know that I would learn a lot. But yeah, I'll definitely have to check out Jose's stuff, definitely. Because I just had a quick check of his channel, and yeah, no, some of the paint looks incredible. Some of the paint work. So I'll definitely have to check it out. And obviously as well, I mean, it was good enough to send all of you guys this way, so it's just wonderful. You use Vallejo for all your paints, just Vallejo polished gold and highlight in Vallejo. Or is that Vallejo gold? It's slightly lighter. Yeah, so I don't have those at the moment. What I do have is I have this Hobby Time at Healy's. I'll do a quick shout out. He's live at the moment as well. I think that's going to do it. Let me have a quick look. Yeah, there we go. Cool, yeah. So yeah, that's Hobby Time at Healy. So he does a roundup for different Warhammer stuff. Very cool, very interesting. Usually has people come on as well from different places. He relatively recently did a 24-hour Warhammer stream for charity. He often does that as well. Very positive, just a very good person. Yeah, like I said, he's helped me out as well, and I love. I'm not a jealous streamer, so I love kind of, encouraging, getting to know different people as well, because we've all got to help each other out. It's always really cool. Hello, Al Bob. You've been watching and listening whilst inhaling your food. Not that you have much to input into the conversation anyway. That's fine. It's okay. Hope you enjoyed your pizza. I've been insanely lucky to have all of these people drop in on a raid. It's been really cool. You only have 2 Games Workshop paints, Null Oil and Agrax. They're a staple, right? They are a staple. I also have the same. Oh wait, no, that's Armageddon Dust. Wait, do I not have Agrax? Oh yeah, I do, yeah. There we go. I believe they call it Liquid Talent. That's cool, yeah. But yeah, I've got that one, and I've got Null Oil as well, bigger Null Oil, actually. I've used this one the most, I'd say. This one and Abaddon Black. That's the most. And then I have these ones all over here. Whichever ones those are. Sorry if you get motion sick, by the way. But yeah, no, I've got a whole bunch. I'd like to get the entire range of Vallejo paints, because I do genuinely really like them. I think they're very good. Whereas a lot of the Citadel ones that I got was part of like my re-immersion back into the hobby. I got them for Christmas as a gift from my girlfriend, as a like a starter set for paints. But I didn't open them for a year, and then when I did, half of them were kind of congealed and just a bit tacky. God, it was awful. It wasn't good, and I was very disappointed. But the Vallejo ones, I feel they're more designed for airbrushes, I think. You spilled Null Oil the other day. Oh, that's a shame. Don't get the white. Is that the Vallejo white or the Citadel white? Because I've got the Citadel white, and I'll show you. It's pretty much just gum at this point, you know. It's just not good, you know. Yeah, Citadel white sucks. It really does. Like, it's literally, there's some water in it, but it's obviously separated. It's just not good. And I think you can see it as well, because it looks kind of lumpy. There we go. Yeah. I was very disappointed in that. This one, Avalan Sunset. Bugman's Glow, you can see how much that's just that's just separated. In fact, actually, it doubles as porridge. It does, yeah, and you can eat it. Use it to base what it looks like, but yeah, it does look like polyfiller. In fact, actually, there's part of my bath, like the silicone is coming away, so I might just like dump that in as well and see how that goes. It might actually work out quite well for me, maybe. Not good. Not good, but it's okay. I'm going to be getting some Vallejo white, because even like the Vallejo that's like split, just at the top here, you give it a quick shake, it's right back to how it was. This one, this khaki, it's kind of like splitting out as well, just a little bit. Give it a quick old shake, you're back to normal, Beastie Brown, kind of moving over, give it a good old shake, you're good. And so on. I'm not going to shake all of them. It's okay. But, yeah, no, I don't know. Maybe it's just like the formula or something, but they must have had people complain about like their whites and their other paints. And I know they constantly bring out paints. But the problem that I feel is Citadel paints are so expensive that it just feels like you're kind of being taken for a ride, taken advantage of. It doesn't feel very fair. Not from Games Workshop. As much as their customer service is great, if I wanted to get an extra paint or something like that, I think I would really have to argue by saying, oh, it's gone tacky, and they'll just be like, well, how long have you had it for? And I'd say a year, and they'd be like, yeah. You just have to live with it, which is not very fair, in my opinion. Bone White is a favourite of yours from Vallejo. I think I might have that one, actually. Yeah, Bone White. And it is very good. It is very. They're all very good. I don't think I've ever had a bad Vallejo paint. In fact, the only issue that I did have was the seller that I got it from. Yeah, this one. The dropper bottle. The top just came off. But I think it's kind of like dried itself off now. But that's it, really. You know, that's the only problem that I've ever had. And to be fair, now that it's dried at the top, it's actually still sealed it anyway, so it's, you know, it's not really a problem. Not for me, at least. I'm okay with it. But yeah, we'll you know, we'll see how it goes. Like I said, I've never had a problem with Vallejo paints. I'm very confident using them with this now. But I remember when I first came back in, it was intolerable for me. I was just like, no, I'm not using Citadel paints. I've got the starter set, which, you know, my girlfriend got for me. Really appreciate that. And I was just like, right, nothing else. We're not doing any other Citadel paints from this point on. The only thing that I would try is the different shades. You know, like non-oil, for example, and Agrax. And that's it. And even then, you know, you can still get like other inks and stuff, and they're basically exactly the same. Basically, I think. But yeah, that's that. Anyway, I'm changing tack just a little bit from all the hobby stuff. Well, not the hobby stuff, actually. We're still going to be talking about it because this is a hobby stream. But I wouldn't mind the opinions of people watching at the moment, because I've spoken to my friends about this, and like my regular viewers. But for those of you that don't know, so Chaos Marines, they get Possessed Marines, right? And that's kind of like the lore now. Like, you know, they're really pushing the kind of like demon possessed angle. And I've never liked that, because my lore for my warband was always that they were renegades, but they weren't necessarily like fully Chaos Marines. They were more like mercenaries. So I decided what I wanted to do was make bionic Possessed Marines. So they would count as Possessed Marines, but essentially they would be more like Terminators. You know, well, not Terminators, but like TX-800 Terminators, you know. Like the movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger. And I always like to hear what people have to say about it, because it's a bit of a divisive subject, I feel. You know, ultimately, I mean, you can do your hobby however you want. But after I went on Reddit and I posted my apothecary and I got downvoted for it, I'm kind of like a bit more conscious now of what people think about it. So I'm curious. As it goes, I'm still doing it anyway, so it doesn't really matter whether or not people don't like it. But I'd love to hear opinions. Plopped out just a bit. But yeah, so I've got some like Iron Hands Primaris heads and some third-party heads as well. Oh, by the way, we're a third-party bits. They're fine. Like, I know some people do maybe feel like it's not good to talk about Warhammer and then mention third-party bits. You can do that. That's okay. That's it. Here, it's a safe space. You know, everybody gets to build whatever they want. The more creative, in my opinion, the better it is. There we go. Okay, we're looking good. We're looking pretty fly. I'll tell you what though, guys. These older Marines are just not easy. Like, a lot of the details just kind of recessed, or they've not molded properly. That's such a shame. Either that, or I went a little bit too happy with the glue when I was a kid, I think, which actually might be more likely. Maybe. Sprue Recruit, you do use the 3D printer a lot to make your armies feel more yours. Exactly, yeah. Yeah. The thing is, I remember when the hobby was very much focused on like making your guys. And I really liked that. I thought that was really cool. And that's the thing that really got me into it. See, the more GW put their prices up, the more you want a 3D printer. You're missing out on so many cool sculpts. I agree. And to be honest with you as well, there's so many cool things as well that you can find on different sites now. You know, they're taking a real risk alienating their core fan base, to be honest with you. I think. And I don't think it'll pay off in the long run. You know, the more people get into it, the more they'll bloat themselves out, and then they'll crumble. You know, and to be fair as well, like because I've got a friend that does have a 3D printer, and he told me, you know, just get a Colts 3D account, start liking things, and if you really like them, send them over to me and I'll print them out for you. So I did. And I've got like over 500 designs liked, and they're just great. And it'd be little things like, oh, you know, can you make me a helmet? Can you make me like some arms or something like that? Just to kind of like throw things together to make it look just a little bit different. So that way, you know, I don't just have an army of Chaos Marines, I've got an army of individuals who just so happen to be evil. Throwback to when codexes actually showed off conversions. Oh my god, yeah. I remember the second, third edition, like, so the Chaos Space Marines 3.5, in the back pages, it had all the Golden Demon stuff, and then just had conversions as well. Just like, oh, you know, like this person from this place made this like ridiculous conversion. It's amazing, isn't it? They made them doing this and this and this and this, and here's some third-party pieces as well that they got. It was really cool. And it was about like really, you know, the hobby was just like exciting. And you don't really get that anymore, I don't think. And that's a real shame. And it's not fair. It's not fair on the people who, you know, are interested in joining the hobby and they want to try new things. But they've got this like immediate hostility towards it, towards being creative. It's not okay. And I see that with monopose models as well. I hate monopose. It's awful. You started with D&D Mini, so 3D printer STL files just made sense. Absolutely. So I love D&D a lot, and I always wanted to get like models of my characters and like the characters that I was playing with. So like I ran a very long-term D&D game of which Samian was part of, and one of the ideas I had was for Christmas I really wanted to print out like a model for each of their characters as like Christmas presents, but it was prohibitively expensive. Talking something like, you know, 30 to 40 pounds for a custom model. But you know, it would have been okay for me if I'd found someone with Blender, or even if I just like paid a little bit less for the regular STL files. Because the one that I was going on was Hero Forge, and I was just like, you know what, I could probably get these STL files. If I could find someone that had a 3D printer, I could get all 4 of them done, or all 5 of them done, however many it was, for the cost of £10 or something. Dirt cheap. Or you know, 12 euros by comparison. Yeah, but no, I really do like STL files and stuff. The thing is as well, it also allows you to print out of print models. you know, or you can size them up a little bit. So, like, it's no lie, you know, the new Chaos Marines outstrip the old ones by a considerable margin. They are so much bigger. I mean, you can see it just here, because my Apothecary is built on the basis of a new Chaos Marine. So compared to the old one that I've got here right now, you know, you can already see the difference. He's bigger, he's bulkier. You know, he looks more imposing. But what I could do is I could get an STL file of these guys and then just size it up slightly, and then suddenly it's not a problem anymore. You know, the scale's correct. And it'd be a fraction of the cost as well. You play a bit of homebrew, your dad plays a leprechaun with a butcher's knife thanks to the 3D printer, you have a painted model of that. That sounds really fun. I like that. Everyone's afraid of the leprechaun. Yeah, in our game, it's funny as well actually in D&D, because it always ends up turning into an episode of Always Sunny in Philadelphia. At least in my experience. We had, you know, like the seventh son of a minor noble who was a thief, and also was just like the butt of the jokes and all of that stuff. We had a morose kind of like dwarf berserker who'd been exiled from his homeland. We have my character, who was a drow cleric that got kicked out of Menzoberranzan because he was a follower of a demigod instead. And then we had an orcish, or rather a half-orc wrestler who was focused on, like, you know, building strength and stuff and becoming like the best version of themselves. And it was great. It was really cool. So, you know, so if I had a 3D printer or access to a 3D printer at the time, it would have been really cool to like have got those printed out and then painted them and then given them as gifts. It would have been really cool. But alas, I do not, and it's okay. It's alright, you know, because you have these ideas and you don't follow through with them, but it's a great thing about ideas, you can always keep hold of them. Alright, this guy's looking good. Superfly. Super Ultra Fly. Okay, we've got some pretty good coverage as well. This is cool. Oh, this is the other thing as well that I do. So I tend to, when I'm focusing, I'll kind of just like murmur. Or like not really concentrate on what I'm doing when I'm trying to talk. You know, so instead I'll just be like focused on doing the painting. So apologies. But if you're just here for the vibes, I'm sure you'll be okay with it. If you're looking for a little bit more interactivity, you know, we'll see how it goes. I tend to be not too bad. Cool. Kids bedtime, have the great rest of your stream. Thank you so much, Sprue Recruit. I really appreciate you being here as well. And like all the chatter and stuff and everything, like you're all fantastic. So I hope that your kids have a fun and relaxing bedtime, and that you have a fantastic rest of your day or evening, a fantastic Friday, and a wonderful weekend. I will actually be on Saturday as well at 8 PM my time. So if you'd like to come and join us at any point, you can. But you know, your presence is requested but not required. So if you've got better things to do with your time, absolutely. You know, go ahead. It'll be more of this basically. But yeah, good night. Good night. Take it easy. Look after yourself. Cool. And may your 1,000 suns be thousands and sunny. we're looking pretty good. I don't think any of this other stuff is really going to be able to be seen, so that's okay. That's all right. Is this any better? Not really. Maybe if I increase that brightness a bit, does that help? Not really. I don't think so, at least. Oh well, it's okay. We are scuffed streaming. I mean, the thing is, I suppose I don't really need to care whether or not I actually, like, hit the sides or anything, because I'm just going to be painting over it anyway. And to be fair, it does dry dark, so it's not a big deal, is it? Not really. There we go, this is going to look great. It's going to look fantastic. This guy is going to be the swaggiest looking Chaos Space Marine you've ever done seen. But in other news, how is everybody doing? How are we all feeling tonight? Looking forward to the weekend? Gonna be relaxing? Or are you gonna do something else instead? Sharface, you're very sleepy. Oh no. When do you have a nap? A little pre-bedtime nap. That could be good. Long day at work, oh, I bet. Well, I'm saying that I bet, I know. So I picked you up from there. Your friend is dragging you to go see Ant-Man 3 tomorrow and you would rather go into the garden and sit on an ant nest. But Sam, do you not love Ant-Man and Marvel? Are they not your favourites? After what they did to 4. Oh no. Wait, what did they do to 4? Are you not a fan of 4 Ragnarok? Oh, sorry, I mean Blood and Thunder. That's the next one, isn't it? They would bite your butt. They would bite his butt. And bet he'd like it too. Dirty boy. You dirty. Rock was good, but Love and Thunder, or is it Blood and Thunder? I thought it was Blood and Thunder. Just made him into a cartoon character. Munch, munch. Yum, yum, yum. Sambutt. Delicious, delicious butt. There we go. There we go. You never thought you'd hear me say delicious Sam butt. I think clearly you haven't taken a good hard look at Sam's butt. It's peachy. I'm sorry if that makes you uncomfortable, Sam. Yeah, you never listened in on enough D&D sessions. Exactly. You have juicy. Ellie, I'm not sure you know what you're doing. You give this man an inch, he'll take a mile. Or he'll try and give you the inch. And because you spam pictures on it on Snapchat, oh no. I don't want to hear what you guys get up to on Snapchat. Hello, Galmaris. How you doing? Welcome, welcome. How's the Riptide coming along? He's getting there. Nice. I got raided earlier with 94 people, which was surprising. Ah, you've been here all night, just quiet. Ah, right, I see. So you've probably seen it then. We have lots of lovely new people that have joined the stream. Joined the crew, joined the stream team. All wonderful. All big Warhammer fans, or big modeling fans. Artistes, the whole lot of them. Great people, great people. Actually, wait. You've had to behave yourself. I mean, you came in and you were shocked. You were like, hey, who are all these people? Yeah, it was very cool. And some of them, I think, may even still be lurking as well, and I really appreciate them for that. Because it makes my metrics look great. You know, this has been good. Looking super tight and fresh. Really feeling this one. This one's good. There we go. Love this. Ugh. Looking good, right. There we go. Okay, right, we're nearly there. On this guy, that'll be the first layer pretty much done. It's not super neat, but that's okay. It doesn't need to be super neat really, does it? Not at this stage, because once I do the trim, that's when the neatness has to begin. But as it goes right now, it doesn't really need to be that. You know, I'll be painting metallics on top of a lot of this anyway. Okay, right, and we'll just give that just a little brush in. Here too. Looking good. Looking fresh. Alright, cool. That's maybe a little bit too bright. Okay, right, cool. So, yeah, the brightest spots, they still need to dry. But yeah, for the most part, that's sufficient, I think. You know, compared to this guy. Yeah, they're roughly equal, all things considered. Okay, that. The Night Lords want to know his location. Well, I mean, compared to this, that's what it's going to end up looking like. That's not Night Lords, dude. But yeah, he's going to look good, though. He's going to look good. I still need to drill out his barrel, though. I've been really bad, and I've just, like, completely forgot that I need to do all of that. Swish regardless, exactly. Yeah, we'll do this guy next. This is one of my miscast models, though. So he's missing a foot, as you can see right there. Kind of annoying. But, you know, it is what it is. What time is it? 9:20. Right, I think before I get started on this guy, we will take a short break. That is a gift of the Dark Gods. That's true. That's true. Yeah, we'll take a short break so I can refresh my, my coffee. Yeah, go get yourself drinks and snacks and all of that good stuff. And we'll be back with more painting in just a moment. So take it easy. 5-minute break. See you then. Okay, we're back. Okay, where are we? Did you watch the Immortal Empires trailer? I actually haven't. Do you want to... Shall we take a quick break from the painting? Shall we watch it? So I think that'll be fine. Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, I haven't found the time to do it at the moment because I've been working constantly. Let me just refocus this. That looks good. Yeah, that's good. Okay. All right, is it quite loud as well? Just for the headphone users. Got some bombastic music. All right, yeah, cool. Is it the launch trailer? I'm guessing it is. Oh, it's free to all players. Very swish. Let's check it out. All right. Yeah. First of all, headphone users, if you're watching, turn it down. Because there's going to be a lot of noise, a lot of sound. There we go. Let's go.
Storm clouds gather. Our borders are beset by evil, both mundane and immortal. How long can we withstand this onslaught? We must form an alliance. We either die alone or survive together.
I concur. This threat is beyond any of us. With the Azur's guidance,
This is just another Elgate's game. I see many leaders here. But you even speak for your people?
High King, this is not the time for short-sightedness.
Short? There'll be no alliance with elves while I'm High King. Only a reckoning.
Yeah, got him.
Must not be blinded by our own need for power. This is the moment. Your choices will decide the fate of this world. And all that inhabit it. Make the right one.
Okay, yeah. Ooh, there's more. Oh my god, yes! Chaos Dwarves, baby, let's go. That was really cool, man. That was really cool. I'm looking forward to picking it up. I mean, I'm pretty sure I've already got it, but it's gonna be cool. Shot. Fucking elves. Fucking elves ruining everything, of course. Slimy little dickbag. This is just some sort of elven scheme. Yeah, look really cool. I mean, obviously, like, the game isn't going to be anywhere near as reflective as that. But it's still good. Still cool. I can't wait to dream about having, like, a multiplayer campaign. And then proceed to never play it on multiplayer campaign. Goddamn dwarves, that's right. Surprised they didn't have Grimgore in there as well, actually. That would have been really cool. Seeing Grimgore crumping gits is always a cinematic moment. I have to say as well, I am quite surprised that they had the Wood Elves and Oxyotl in the same thing, because I don't think... I mean, the Wood Elves don't really tend to ally with anybody apart from more Wood Elves. You know, that's the whole thing, isn't it? They're just isolationists. And I guess he is the best scout ever, so it kind of makes sense. It's going to be good, though. Oxyotl roams around Duncan or Chaos wherever he finds it, so it's not completely out there. Is this true? I suppose they'd welcome him as well because like he has no designs on the forest outside of like moving through it. And as I said, he is the world's greatest scout. Might even be the case that maybe even the sprites of Aethel Lorien might not even recognise him there. He'll just turn up one time and they'll be like, what? The hell's this thing? But like its eyes fucking move in weird corners. That's a bit weird, isn't it? There's one. Go get these creeps done. I used to really enjoy Chaos because of the like the banding and stuff, and like the metal bits. But actually, God, it's such a pain in the ass. It really is. Purely just to paint. You know, like it's a blessing and a curse really, because like it's raised. But when you're trying to get around it, man, oh, it's so frustrating. There we go. Okay. Okay, right. This little club foot that this guy's got, I think I'm going to leave it black because I'm going to bury it in terrain. Best way to kind of, you know, avoid it, I think, like, being visible. It was either going to be that or I was going to, like, build him a new foot, and I don't really want to do that. It's a lot of work. Not great. You know, or I buy some legs online and then I add another foot. I don't really want to do that either. Mm-hmm. Nice. Okay. So now we've got this part. It's going to be very cash money. Speaking of Night Lords, I've actually been reading the first book in the omnibus tonight, actually. Again. Damn, it's very good. It's like it's so like well written. The pacing is just fantastic. It's been really good. You have that on your list right after Godric and Felix. Skaven Saber is a really good book so far. You get lots of Skaven point of view sections. I really like that. We had a similar one with Skarsnik as well, which I don't know whether or not you've ever read. But the book is really cool. Skarsnik was actually, it's more like an honorific. Originally he was called Runt Git, because he was a runt, but he was also a git. Which is great. And he had a Skaven mate that he let out. That turned out to be like the captain of a Storm Vermin battalion. Which is pretty cool. This is one of the ones I got a bit lazy with. I'm so bad. Okay. I don't understand how I've managed to miss so much with the black that I actually went over. Like, the coverage is so spotty as well. Like, how have I managed to do any of this? Hello, mate. You're out for a meal. How's the painting going? It was pretty good. We got raided by 94 people, which was really cool. By from what I gather, is a fairly big name in the Warhammer scene as well, according to Sam at least. That was really sweet. Yeah, it's been pretty good. Pretty good. Although I've just realised as well, I've got so many gaps that I haven't actually primed on this guy. Just this guy though. All the other ones are fine. There we go. Yeah, but you don't have too many gaps when you prime yours. If you're spraying, it should be fine. It's just because I did quite a thin coat on this guy. Annoyingly. But yeah, anyway, yeah, we reached our follower goal as well for this month. Although I'm fairly certain the person that raided us also unfollowed me as well, which is fine. But it means that we've now dipped underneath, so I don't know. I suppose we could just call it, yeah, 170. We've made it because we did. We more followers soon enough. It's been a great stream today. You're absolutely right, Sharface. It has. And personally, I mean, like, I'm overjoyed when I just end up getting like one new follower. So to have that many faces, like, eyes on me, was really nice. And to be fair as well, like, fuck. To be fair, like, I always thought if that sort of thing did happen, I might actually, like, freeze. But, I was very cool and chill about it. And I was just like, oh, hello, everybody. How are you all today? Appreciate you being here, etc., etc. Very calm, very collected. Oh, yeah, man, this happens all the time. Yeah, it was cool. It was really cool, in fact. And who knows, we might actually end up welcoming them back on Saturday. It actually happened pretty much near the start of my stream, actually. Definitely around, like, not exactly 8 o'clock, but at some point around there, I think. But yeah, no, it was cool, man. It was really cool. Oh, man, my fucking neck is killing me, dude. So bad. So bad. But it's all good and hood. Plans have changed and we're going out Saturday. Oh, really? Okay. Well, I suppose at the very least then we could probably do, I don't know, probably do a tomorrow stream then in that case. I still want to go out filming though on Saturday, remember? We go filming as you need to get a few bits from Boots in Town. Alright, but we're not spending forever in town. Because, like, on Friday, I'm literally putting together, like, a shop plan and, like, you know, I'm going to be doing it, like, properly and stuff. So, like, okay, good. Okay, right, anyway. That's my third guy. Base coat done. And then I'll do some layering. So I've got 2 lots of layers to do. What will I be filming? So I wanted to do some And then same buffoon mum has quite a nice beard, you're absolutely right. A very hirsute female, actually. So I wanted to film something for my YouTube channel. Where oh god, I mean, like there's a lot of work involved in this, alright, so stick with me. But back in the day when I was making YouTube videos like regularly, right, I did a video doing a retro review of Warhammer 40,000 Dawn of War, and it was great, right? But at one point I had the case, the game case for Soulstorm attack me, right? Because no one likes Soulstorm. Okay, it's the worst. Like, Dark Crusade, to me, was the pinnacle, and then, like, Soulstorm was, you know, bad. Basically, I had this great idea because I wanted to do a retro review of Kill Team. And I was like, wouldn't it be really cool, right, if I was explaining what a Kill Team was, and I was acting out me being stalked by Soulstorm, which is like the Kill Marine sort of thing, right? So basically, what I want to do is go to a bunch of different public places around Peterborough, and then film being stalked by Soulstorm, and it ends with me driving, right? And that's just like, and that's when the kill team strikes, and I look in my rearview mirror, and there's Soulstorm with a gun, right? And I'm like, oh no, and it shoots me, yeah, and then I crash my car. And what I want to do is, first of all, I was planning on crashing my car for real. But that's a bad idea. Then, I was like, wouldn't it be cool if instead of like being shot and like crashing my car, because that might be unrealistic, I get hit by a car. So I planned that out, and I was like, right, at the very least, definitely a bad idea. Yeah. But then I was just like, if I get hit by a car, I could make it look about crashing the car. Yeah. But then I could like get hit by the car and make it look like it hits me really hard, but just speed up the footage and then like do something ridiculous, you know, like I green screen my body out and then it just goes flying, sort of thing, or something like that. Bob, you can hit me with your car. Do you mind getting a dent? But anyway, so then I was just like, all right, so I don't want to be hit by a car. And then I was just like, what about if I started laying on the bonnet of the car, like on the hood, and then I got up and like just went to like, you know, just walk or something like that, and then I did it in reverse, right? So it starts off with me like this, and then I'm up and the car's like going backwards. And I was like, that could be pretty cool. And then I was like, but what would be really funny, right, is if I start my car crashed, right, and then reverse like crazy, right, coming out of it, and then just play that in reverse. So then the shot goes from me looking in my rearview mirror, Soulstorm gun, bang, right, and then there's an exterior shot of my car, right, and I do like a flash on the inside, and then I play me reversing in reverse, so it looks like I crash, bang, right, and then I green screen over some visual effects of like an explosion and fire, and I thought that could be really fun. So that's what I want to do, and that's going to be part of my retro review of Warhammer 40,000 Souls Kill Team. That's what I'm doing. So that's it, and that way, right? I'm only breaking a few laws. So I could potentially, if I do it in a public place, it could be seen as dangerous driving or reckless endangerment or something like that. So if it's on a Saturday, I can go to like, I've got some areas in mind, but there's some industrial areas around Peterborough, which is where I live, by the way, for those of you that don't know. Only a few laws. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And they're really minor laws anyway, so no one's going to really care. But yeah, I could make it onto like an industrial area where there's mostly just businesses. Those businesses are likely not going to be either open or very busy during the weekend, right? So I have this large estate that we can just park up in, we can film, I can do my maneuvers, and if we need to, we can do reshots as well. I don't need to worry about public cars, not really. You know, if we get stopped, we can just say, look, you know, this is what we're doing, like we're doing some filming. We've got all the examples and everything, and just like, you know, I appreciate that it looks dangerous, but it's not. You know, we're trying to keep everything all together. I think as well, like the police around Peterborough are pretty reasonable for this sort of stuff. So if they do have a problem with it, they'll probably just be like, just move on. All right, we're not gonna get you into any trouble or anything like that. I'm not gonna give you a ticket, but just go away. And we'll be like, okay, fine. So that there's a lot like resting on this really, but yeah, it could be fun. It could be a lot of fun, I hope. And that's kind of the charm of my videos. So I was talking to Gelmaris about it. Police in Peterborough. My run-ins with the police in Peterborough have not been negative. And I'm aware that might just be because I'm white. But I'm willing to leverage that in order to get this video made. Because I've been waiting to do this video for like 5 years. The biscuit, yeah. So I got pulled over for dangerous driving, actually. Because I swerved into the middle of a road on a busy road. And I also clipped a curb when I was going around a roundabout. There's like 6 cops in the county. Yes. Basically, I went over a curb, kept on driving. Because that rattled me a little bit. I then looked over my shoulder. Yeah, I mounted the curb. Yeah, I know. I went over it. I keep on driving. And then because I was looking behind me to see where it was because it was very dark, I then swerved into the middle of the road. And of course, the one car behind me was a police car. So they immediately, like, you know, pull me over. But I was just like, that's not for me. So I, like, start driving off to the side while still driving. And the police car just doesn't move. And I was just like, oh my God, I think it is for me. So then I pull over. And the police officer comes over and he's just like, do you have any idea why I pulled you over, sir? And I was like, nope. Nope. Not a single idea. And he was like, well, I'll move on to it, it's easier. And I was like, well, you mounted the curb coming off the roundabout, and then about 50 meters down the road, you swerved into the middle of the road. And I was like, oh yeah, that. But yeah, what happened was, Charlotte had a biscuit from work, right? And I was really hungry. So she gave it to me, but instead of handing it to me like a regular person, she rested it on my leg. So I looked down, and that's when I mounted the curb, and that's what started the whole thing. This story never gets old. That's true. Yeah, it's a good one. It's a good story. Not the first time. Look, all right, look, Scaz, don't make me look even worse. So yeah, not the first time I mounted the curb and nearly flew straight into a roundabout. I've also nearly rolled a transit van as well. That wasn't good. That was without a minute though. Also as well, some of these things I may not have told Charlotte because I know that she might overreact and be a bit worried about me. She watches Traffic Cops. Apparently it was a nice. It was a lovely biscuit, a really good biscuit. Yeah, it was good fun. Good fun. So yeah, but to be fair, I managed to talk my way out of the police officer. So I think he was going to give me a ticket. But I was like, oh, man, I've been driving everywhere today. To be fair, I'd actually driven a lot. I looked really tired. He asked me if I'd been drinking. I said no, obviously. And then he asked for my ID, and I had to get out because it was in my boot, in my bag. So then I got out, and he watched me. I remember seeing him in my peripherals, like he was watching me, and I wasn't staggering or anything. I was completely straight. And he must have just been like, yeah, this guy's just an idiot. Oh, yeah. So then the guy told me to go home and get some rest. I was coming out because we were in a bus stop. So I was coming out into the middle of the road. I see this car coming up, and I thought that they had like flashed me because I was signaling to come out, right? So I thought that they saw me wanting to come out, and they just like flashed their high beams to like say, hey, come on out. But what I didn't realize was he just went through into like a pothole, so his lights dipped down naturally and came back up. So I thought they had flashed me. I pulled out in front of him, fucking cut him up. So he starts like blasting the horn at me, and I'm like, oh no. This is terrible. I nearly caused an accident again. So then I'm driving up, and I'm just like, just keep on driving, man. Just keep on driving. You'll be fine. And then we come up to the end of the road, and the police officer pulls up alongside us. And I look over at him, and he looks at me and does this. And then just fucking boots it and drives away. Oh, man. Like, he must have just thought, like, bro, I'm giving you, like, every opportunity to get home without a ticket right now. You are not making it easy for me. It was funny. It was good. It was a good time. Yeah, it was a good story. Everything, as far as it happened, everything turned out okay. So I'm willing to have been a bit uncomfortable and have a good story out of it. It's fun. Thank you. Yeah, I agree. It is a great story. Never heard anything more me. It is a very me story, isn't it? It's like somehow I'm shocked that I didn't end up getting a ticket out of it. To be honest with you, like just I don't know, stumbling my way through life, being a hazard to myself and other people, and everyone's just like, just leave him alone. Like he's tired. he's just done with life right now. The first thing that happens when I roll down my window, and the guy says, do you have any idea why I've pulled you over today? Charlotte, immediately, I distracted him, and I'm just like, oh my god, you're not making it easier. It's just Ben, it's fine. Yeah, exactly. Like, he doesn't mean to be stupid. He just is sometimes. It's crazy, isn't it, as well? Because, like, when you panicked. You made me panic. Oh my god, I was really chill by that point. I was just like, gonna be fine. I know exactly what to say. She immediately opens her mouth, and I'm just like, that's it. I'm going to prison. Oh man. They'll throw the book at me. I'll get 5 to 10, at least. Life maybe. I don't know. To be fair, like, you know, it all turned out okay. I was really respectful with the guy. So I think he appreciated that because a lot of people would be quite standoffish. Whereas I was just like, do you have any idea? We don't have any drugs. Yeah. Great thing to start off with. But yeah, to be fair as well, when I opened the boot, he had a quick look in as well. Mostly just like a spot or something like that. And all he could see in the back was like a high-vis jacket. Lots and lots of shopping bags. Empty shopping bags, because that's where I keep my bags. De-icer. That was it. So he must have just looked at it and just thought, like, yeah, this is fine. Thankfully, I didn't have my all my solar panels in it at the time, because that would have raised a couple of eyebrows. Not that he would have found anything, of course, they're just solar panels. This man has a high-vis, he can't be doing anything illegal. To be fair, though, right, if you're going to do something illegal, wear a high-vis, nobody pays attention to you. They just assume that you're there for a good reason. You know, if you took on a high-vis, you could reliably walk into most places without actually being... what's the word I'm looking for? Challenged. Without actually being challenged. I've gone to places before wearing my high-vis. To sensitive areas as well. For a solid 20 minutes before somebody's actually stopped me to ask me what I'm doing. If I knew exactly what it was that I wanted to get, it'd be easy. It'd be so easy. But yeah, so anyway, yeah, that's my story. Yeah, my experiences in Peterborough have never been terrible. They've been okay. So anyway, yeah, that's what I want to go out and do filming on. Because I've been using up enough of my weekends doing other stuff, and I really want to do this for me. Because I keep on finding excuses to not do it, and it's really depressing me. You know, and it would just be nice to be able to do something, like, you know, something like sufficiently different that would just be, you know, kind of cool. Yeah, to be fair as well, I do think it would only take, like, just me and Sharface. But, you know, I suppose if I need any extra hands or anything like that, I could definitely ask. If anybody's interested, they're more than welcome. You know what, actually, I'll fill this in as well. Let's just move back over to this. Ah, fuck, nearly. But yeah, I'm hoping that the filming turns out okay. If it does, that'll be great. If not, I suppose I'll just have to try something else instead. But yeah, I'm just keen on getting it done. Dick's enormous. Hello. Hope you haven't missed too much. I got raided. That was pretty cool. Solid 94 people. Very, very chill. Very good. Most people, I think, have come off now because it's getting a bit late over in Spain, which is where the majority of them came from. But yeah, that's pretty sweet. By who? Jose Da Vinci, who I gather is kind of a big deal, at least in the Warhammer area. An Insane Buffoon is still here though, absolutely. Holding it down for everybody. Very cool. What are you up to? So not talking much because you're still doing shots. Ah, there you go. That's it. I was going to ask whether or not you were doing the Gundam thing or something, but yeah, man, it's all cool. To be fair, we're all people at the end of the day, right? We all have things to do. I like to have streams on while I'm doing chores because it helps me feel like you know, I can break up the work that I'm doing and just like come back to it really quickly without really needing to like commit to something. So it's cool. So you know what? If you want to do chores while you've got me on in the background, you go right ahead. Ain't no problem with that. Not from me. Just happy that you're choosing to stick with me. You're still on the grind on old school RuneScape. Very cool. Hanging out in all the member worlds. What are you grinding at the moment? Is it just level 99 on something? Okay, right. I'm going to say that this guy is ready to go as well. Near enough. Winter Todd 95 Firemaker right now. It's a new account. Yeah, I remember your old one was... well, I don't know whether or not you want me to say it online. But I still remember the username. Died. What were you doing? Iron Man or something? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Nat the PK, wasn't it? It was old. Yeah, man, I've got a pretty decent memory for that sort of stuff. Surprisingly. Important shit? Not so much. Trivia about RuneScape from old school friends? Yeah, now you're talking. Do 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 do. Really feeling the lo-fi vibes. Come on. Alright, we're nearly there. Nearly there. I'm going to say... mostly got the basics done for this guy. Mostly. Not entirely, but mostly. You have that account on RuneScape free somewhere. You have 2 dead hardcore since then. Ah, fair. I suppose, yeah, I mean, like, you know, if you're doing hardcore and you die, you know, what else are you supposed to do? You gotta die, dude. That's the end of it. Yeah, I'm happy with this guy. Good enough. Second one was super shit too. Did a ton of skill in. They just DC'd an easy PVM boss on the first 8. Damn. Yeah, I mean that's how it goes though, isn't it? Really. You know, and I think it's really easy to forget the fact that like hardcore, you can just die to bullshit and then that's it. You know, and it's, I mean, it's frustrating, but that's just this part of the game, man. You know, RuneScape giveth, RuneScape taketh away. That's how it goes. What time is it? Okay. Plenty of time. Plan is to grind the hell out of this game and plan to die when the lass gets pregnant. Nice. Representing the death of your free time. I'm going to celebrate the death of myself. Playing hardcore is incredibly addicting, so it needs to die for you to quit. That's fair. I suppose is it the rush of the danger of knowing that you could die around the corner of anything really. I'm not sure I could do it. I'd rage quit. Well, I suppose that's the point really, isn't it? Rankings are especially impressive when you're a hardcore, yeah. Man. Oh, that's the wrong one. Are you playing on mobile? Or is it just on PC? Or both? I got it on mobile, but I don't know. For me, it didn't really have the same draw that it had when I was a kid. You can't stand putting time and money into something then not having anything to show for it drives you mad. That's why you can't do Pokemon cards. What's wrong with Pokemon cards? You still have the cards. You know? You can still play the game. You still have something to look at. I've got my Pokemon card still. Pokemon cards have some kind of return on investment though. Are we talking about just like selling them off? It's not for me. I get sentimental about mine. I suppose you could say the same thing about Warhammer. You tell your brother about that with FIFA points. Oh yeah. Yeah, your brother's FIFA spending was definitely something else. It was rough. Computer games like FIFA, RuneScape, etc. just digital assets. Technically worth nothing. That's true. If you want a certain card and you don't pull it, you can't deal. Magic is the same. Oh, okay, yeah. I suppose in that case, then you just have to keep on pulling until you get the one that you want. suppose in that case, then it's kind of like a gamble. And I suppose just like with anything gambling as well, like if you can't handle losing, it's probably better not to play it. Look at all the crappy mobile games that suck the life and money out of so many people. You like TCG gambling because the game can make you money by playing it, as well as collecting. Yeah, true, true. There we go. Okay, right. I might have to stop soon, I think, because my back and my neck is starting to cramp quite badly. One of the drawbacks of doing this, I think. Cool, so I'll probably go for another 10 minutes or so, I think. I'll repeat back. Yeah, well, the back isn't too bad. It's the neck and shoulders that really get me. I'm gonna have to go on my little roller. Get it all worked out. Get a nice little deep tissue massage. Oh, so good. So good. And I am lucky as well. I'm actually in the office tomorrow, which is cool. Although I'm going to be spending more of my time, I just realised. I hit the gym. I did hit the gym. I haven't recently. When fuel prices went up, I cancelled my gym membership because it was across town. And now a 24-hour one has opened up quite close to me, so we're looking at getting back into that, but I haven't recently. But the job that I do has like a lot of walking and a lot of lifting and stuff in it. So that's kind of like my workout. And I know that, you know, obviously I'm not doing all of my muscle groups. I'm only doing like specific ones, but you know, it's okay. It keeps me relatively fit. I do a lot of driving, like a lot of driving, and that really does put a lot of strain on me. It was 5 minutes away from you. Oh man, that's so good. £20 a month for the gym, swim, and spa. Working a desk job keeps me in the gym almost every day. Yeah. So I can sometimes drive for about 4 hours at a time, which is not good because it can really mess up your posture for a start, and like, you know, just work out your, or not work out your muscles as it was. But there's a Pure Gym that's just opened up, which I would like to go to. You have a really hard time visiting family 3-hour drives. I'll be honest with you, I wish that 3-hour drives were like, you know, a big deal for me now. But like, you know, I'll be nipping down to like, or up to Burnley or Manchester or somewhere like that, or Liverpool, for a survey that will take me 20 minutes. And then turn around and come right the back. That's it. You know, and I get one break. And it can be like, you know, I can have my half-hour lunch break wherever I want. But if I'm driving, it's just like, yeah, you know, you give yourself a half-hour buffer time. If traffic's really bad, you might just have to push through it. That's it. And then just power through the cramps and stuff. It really sucks. I'm not saying that you struggling is something that you just have to get over, because obviously I'm used to doing much longer distances, I think. Because I do it like reliably every week. But it's 3-hour drives are still shit. Don't get me wrong. Like, they are the worst. I don't like them too much. At the best of times. Yeah. Next week, I'll be driving to Inverness. You do get used to certain things, yeah. The drive back is going to be 9 hours. I'm lucky because the drive there, we're going to Leeds first, and then we stop at Ardrissan. And then we've got a job in Ardrissan, and then we're going on to Inverness. From where? Market Deeping. Which is where we'll be starting. Or just shy of Peterborough. But yeah, we'll be going from there. Picking up gear and stuff. Getting all prepped and ready to go. And then, yeah, that's go up to Leeds first of all. Spend the night in Scotland. In Ardrissan, which is just outside of Glasgow. And then drive to Inverness from there. And then we've got the Inverness job in the morning at 9 o'clock. Do that job, drive back. We'll be back when we're back. Which I think will be roughly 8 o'clock at night. I think. So yeah, it's pretty rough. We are lucky because it's not just going to be me driving. I'll have someone else with me, so we do take it in turns. But with a drive that long, it'll be like, yeah, we're going to be doing like an hour and 45 minutes each. Which for some people is too much. But for us, we're kind of used to it. But like, I'm pretty sure by now my legs are like 90% blood clot. At the least. I can imagine you have a co-pilot for that nonsense. Just kind of wish you had more of a physical job. Yeah, I'll be. The thing is though, like I catch myself thinking, man, I wish I was working in an office. You know, when the normal stuff just kind of like catches up to you, you're just like, oh man, anything other sounds like it'd be a really good idea. It's a different kind of exhaustion. I imagine it's very mental and very kind of like a settled exhaustion, because you kind of, I don't know, it's weird, but like your body kind of goes into like a rest mode. And then like that's it. You know, trying to get your body to do anything is like pulling teeth, man. But no, but I do think as well, like paradoxically, if I was working a desk job, I'd probably be more conscious of my health because I would then be kind of like forced to do more with it, you know? Your office has a pretty sweet deal tomorrow, though. A Costa coffee and a cookie for one day all. Yeah. Please don't say the C word. Not a fan over here. Yeah, this is a Costa-free zone. You know, you might call me a snob, but dude, man, I do not rate Costa at all. Everyone knows I'm not a fan of Costa. It's become a bit of a meme. I tolerate Starbucks. It's coffee and cookie for £1. That's fair. That's fair. But I've had it before where I've been falling asleep at the wheel and the next place does Costa and I'll just drive past it. I'll risk death instead. Anything is preferable to Costa. You know, Macca's on the other hand. Could do a McDonald's coffee. That's good. Cafe Nero, quite fond. Pret, nah. Coffee tastes like shit. Starbucks, pretty decent, bit expensive. Greg's, it is what it is. You were at Mackey's at some point. I don't want Mackey's coffee. What's wrong with Mackey's coffee? It's basic shit, but 99p for a coffee, man. Can't argue with that. Are you going to tell me that they start fucking... they jizz in it or something? Starbucks has 0 caffeine in it. Mackey's coffee machines are never cleaned. Ah, it's boiling water, mate. It cleans itself. But you're right. Starbucks does... Well, Starbucks has like 55 mil of caffeine, I think it is, or something like... Or milligrams of caffeine. Which, to be fair, is fine. But because like they over-roast the coffee, it tastes strong. Even if it isn't, I'm okay with that. Costa, on the other hand, man, it's got enough caffeine in it to make your fucking heart drop out your face. Not about that life. It's the lowest amount of caffeine per 100 ml out of all the chains at Starbucks. That's why you like Costa. You're a caffeine addict. I'm trying to kind of cut down the amount of caffeine that I have, because I drink coffee like it's water, which I'm aware is less good. But you know, I mean, talking to you about it is probably fine because you'll be like more is better always. But yeah, like, you know, I don't mind like lower caffeinated beverages as long as it's got a little bit in it. It's fine. You know, that's why like Greg's has like a surprising amount, but the coffee tastes really weak. So I much prefer the flavour over like the actual like caffeine effect. I think that just comes down to like oh man, placebo effect. Caffeine has a ton of positive benefits, just depends on how you regulate your body. True. I mean, by rights, the amount that I have, I must be the healthiest man on the planet. Considering the amount of caffeine that I do have. But, you know, at the same time as well, like when you can feel your heartbeat through your eyeballs, it's less good, I think. So that's when I was just like, right, you know, maybe I'll cut down just a bit. Ever since then, no heart palpitations. You know, no eyelid twitching. And when I was working at CEX, I used to get anxiety attacks. That was never good. If you're on a high red meat diet, caffeine is kind of bad. I'm a vegetarian, mate. I've been a vegetarian for years. So, not a problem for me. Well, shit. This is where you tell me, like, if you're a vegetarian, it'll make your dick fall off. You're the exact opposite. Oh, you're on, like, a paleo diet. Yeah, I remember you saying. Oh, no. Yep. That still have paint on it. Cool. Veggie for health reasons or moral? Economic reasons, really. And then it started as a challenge because I really enjoy cooking. And then I just kind of kept on doing it because I was just like, I don't see any reason why not. It was kind of alright, really. And I lost a lot of weight as well because I used to be a little bit tubby. So I started at uni and then I got really malnourished, so I stopped. And then I did my research, and I came back to it, and then I redid it again, and now I've been doing it ever since. Yeah, to be honest with you, I don't really miss meat. I'm just like, just cracking on. I do think a lot of slaughterhouses and farms and stuff are pretty disgusting, but I'm aware that there are also moral quandaries with being a vegetarian as well, because a lot of, like, rodents and stuff and other kind of like additional animals, they also get injured during harvesting, so I don't really want to get on my soapbox or anything about it, but from my point of view, I'm doing all right. But the money savings as well, when I'm cooking with just like beans or lentils or something, that's where like the money really gets like saved up. Although, like, I'm reasonably well paid now. So, like, the money is also, like, not as important for me anymore. Very hard to keep a strong diet as a veggie, honestly, but it's good you did your research. You're both veggies and meatheads, honestly, otherwise just cut off specific species. That's true. Yeah, the only issue that I had when I was at uni was a lack of iron, I think. I didn't get it diagnosed, but when I did my research about it, everything kind of pointed towards that. I was really pale and anemic, and I couldn't concentrate properly, and I was like really tired all of the time, passing out, feeling faint, that sort of thing. So it kind of like it tracks with what it was. So I started taking multivitamins, having more protein, dark leafy greens, that sort of thing. And then, that was it, really. It kind of fixed it. And I've been good ever since. That's it. And, as well, when I started going to the gym, I was building a fair amount of muscle, too. So it is possible to build muscle when you're a vegetarian. A lot of people don't realise that. Or, maybe they do and they just think they're being funny, but you can only hear it so many times before it stops being funny. Believe it or not, I don't have noodle arms. But at the same time as well, like, if other people, they want to eat meat, for me, continuing to be a vegetarian was like more of a profound choice. I felt like, you can't force somebody to make that sort of decision, because it was like it basically was like an upheaval for my diet and my lifestyle. But it was something that really worked out for me, But at the same time as well, I know of other vegetarians that if you mention that you were like, drying out a top side of beef, they'd be like, okay, murderer. You know, or something like that. And that does not help at all. Like, that's just fucking stupid, man. You know. Do not judge other people for their choices, lest ye want to be judged. Because, like, I look at that and I'm just like, well, you're just a dick. In that case, it makes you want to do it again. Exactly, right? You know, you don't gain anything from challenging people with that sort of stuff. I do like to joke sometimes because I'm just like, being a vegetarian means I'm automatically on the moral high ground. But at the same, like, you know, I don't actually mean that. I don't actually believe it because that's just silly. You know, and being argumentative with people just like polarizes points of view. You know, at the same time though as well, like there are things that meat eaters do too that don't help. You know, I like the fact that places like McDonald's, for example, have like a McPlant, so I can choose to eat there if I want to. But when the double McPlant got released, first of all, double McPlant's stupid, but because it got like, you know, announced, there was like all the gammons in the comments that were just like, why vegetarians want to fucking come to McDonald's? Why don't they go somewhere else instead? Or they're just like, you know, oh, I thought it would be a real burger. I'm really disappointed. Like, blah, 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 blah. You know, or when Greg's did the vegan sausage roll and there were videos of people buying it and then just immediately chucking it in the bin. Like, well done you. Aren't you fucking great? Look at you taking a stand. Great. Wonderful. Fucking so strong and brave. Annoying. Frustrating. Yeah. Nuts and beans are incredible for protein, but it's way easier to get them for me. It is, that's true. I eat eggs as well, but free-range ones. Because cage hens are fucking disgusting. That is something I would jump on a soapbox about. And I'm aware that free-range labeled hens don't necessarily have like an enormously better quality of life, but at least they get to fucking move. More reasons is dumb. Yeah, true. Less obvious and more hidden by the industry, but honestly, you don't care, whatever you feel like. Yeah, that too. You know, like I said, I'm aware, like, you know, when it comes to harvest time, there's so many like shrews and voles and like mice that end up getting essentially mulched by farmyard equipment, and that is something that has to be challenged as well. It's not good. You know, being a vegetarian, if you were like hand harvesting everything, being a vegetarian would be probably a morally better thing. However, it would also be like restrictively expensive. It's ridiculous. Same amount of chickens in the same amount of places. Sadly, it is, but you know, unfortunately, that's the sort of world that we live in. Especially in like, you know, this sort of like late stage capitalism. You know, you can make the best choice that you possibly can, but ultimately the choices that you do make don't necessarily have a bearing on what it is that you're trying to do, which is really shit. But like I said, at least the chickens get to move around. You know, if I could, I would much prefer just to have like my own chickens, because my family did have two at one point. And like, first of all, you do drown under eggs, but they were very happy, it seemed. You know, they get let out at the start of the day. They'd have the entire garden to move around in. It's not much of a space, obviously, but it was probably better than an industrial farm. Yorkshire chickens at one point. Yeah, they're pretty cool. I like them. We only had the two, but the eggs that they gave out, fucking hell, man, the eggs were great. Really, so good. Right, what do I want to do with this? Yeah, the eggs were big as well. Apparently, egg size, I don't know how true this is, but egg size corresponds with how happy the chicken is. If the chicken's really happy, the eggs are usually really big. But I suppose that means that they're eating really well. They can basically afford to have their bodies just shit out a big egg And that well-fed and well-exercised chickens give very red yolks, which is incredible. Yeah. Yeah, because, you know, obviously it's like, you know, they've got a high, like, blood vessel count. And they've got lots of resources in their bodies that they can do all sorts with. I've had eggs with, like, double yolks. One with a triple yolk as well. That was a really good day. That was really cool. Stress affects menstruation. Who the funk? Yeah, I know, right? So yeah, keep them happy, keep them well exercised, give them lots of room to move around and stuff. You'll have the best eggs ever. But yeah, if I could, I would definitely probably only have 2 chickens, but you know, you need to give them like company. But if you let them enjoy themselves, then you know they can be really affectionate too. Time for you to get ready for bed. Early morning tomorrow, you'll be back when we're playing a game and redeem your 1k points to ban in-game action. Ah, very nice. You should keep an eye out, right? Because at one point I had Onion Boy, which was to eat a raw onion like an apple. I did it 3 or 4 times before the heartburn got too much, so I disabled it. But I'm pretty sure that's 9,000 points. So keep an eye out for that. Sharface, I'll be turning it on at some point. You're going to have to deal with it. If that's what the people want, that's what the people get. Did a red onion before, not pleasant. Yeah, these were all sorts of onions, red and white. Or brown, or whatever you want to call them. Maybe we should do a shallot next. A leek, a spring onion, could do all sorts really. Yeah, good night, mate. You take it easy, man. It's always good to see you. Won't talk to me for a week. Too much onion. Yeah, I'll be banished to the sofa, I think. Which I can live with personally. That's okay, she's bluffing. Or are you? Yes, you absolutely are. I would stake my considerable reputation on it. As a Warhammer painter without peer. figure out something else to do that. Dr. Sushi, hello. Any amount of onion is too much onion. Well, what about an entire onion, though? I can't just ignore the onions. You know, the onion boy is strong with this one. Okay, right, so we've currently got 4 Marines, kind of like base coated. Shit. That's what they're looking like so far. So, nothing crazy, nothing great. But that's okay. Oh man, I didn't realise it was going to take me so bloody long. This is rough. Ah, you're allergic to onions. Hello. When? Probably soonish. No. It's downstairs, back in the cupboard. Would you mind grabbing Pap so that he doesn't claw up this? So I can finish off. He probably will do. And you literally find onion to be the most disgusting taste in the world, so you ignore the onions. That's fair. They're not for everybody. Cool, right. Okay, well, this is going to be pretty much it for me, I think, because we've got... I don't know, we've got 4 things base coated, but it's getting up to 11 o'clock, so it is getting a little bit late. But thank you, everybody, for hanging out, spending time, doing all of that good stuff.
There you go. I got him.
Thanks. You finished 1 riptide leg? Oh, very cool. Get you around?
Here he
Yes, here he is, Pabby G. Give me just 1 sec.
I'm trying to get him in. Without being mean. He really wants to look at your paints.
Hello. You look so much like a cat now. Hmm.
It's getting like really big to hold.
And wriggly as well. Hey, bud.
He's only wriggly because he's gonna see all that stuff.
Would you like some paint water?
No, not a fan.
He doesn't want the paint water. But yeah. Anyway, yeah. What was I going to say? Yes. So first of all, if you're here still from Jose Da Vinci's raid, thank you for sticking with us all this time. We'll be back at some point. I was planning on Saturday, but we might not be doing Saturday now. So I guess Friday, tomorrow, maybe. We'll see how it goes. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. So we'll be doing something of some sort at some time. Just remember as well, if you want to, you can check out the Discord right here. And you can go to the socials just there as well if you want to carry on the conversation with me on anything. If you want to check out my YouTube as well, there's some bits on there, some old bits. Not on there. God damn it. There we go. Fuck me. Alright. There we go. We finally got there. But yes, good night everybody. You take it easy. Look after yourselves. And I guess I will see you tomorrow at some point where we can continue these guys. And then see where we get. We might even do some trim. Who knows? Well, crazy. Yeah. Good night, guys. You take it easy. Look after yourselves. Remember as well, if you've got any projects that you're working on or anything like that, chuck them in the Discord. Love to see them. And these guys are going to go in there as well, where I can show off and stuff. So may the onions be with you. Have a great evening. Have a great weekend if I don't see you before then. And yeah, catch you later. Bye bye for now.